Welcome back to another episode of Lifestyle After 5. I'm your host Ali, along with my man Lord Shu.
What's
How you
going
doing,
on?
Lord Shu?
I'm doing well, man. How about you, bro?
Doing pretty good. Today we're going to talk about what should be a hot topic, but I don't think many black people even know it's happening. Which I guess is part of the plan. We're talking about digital redlining, how AI is erasing black voices.
Yeah, and it's like a perfect rollout. The before even the episode, man.
I know we're getting our voice erased, and we don't even realize we don't even have a digital voice, and the digital voice is getting wiped out before we ever get one established.
Yep. Yeah, I think sovereignty is becoming very apparent in the things that we're talking about with the newsletter. If y'all haven't subscribed to that, y'all should go ahead. It's a lot of very important information in there about these very topics that we speak about, and of course, you'll be able to catch all these episodes in there as well. But yeah, like Ali said, there needs to be structure for black voices when it comes to artificial intelligence, futurism, technology. So we will be considered the pioneers of this right now, which is crazy to say, but we are pioneers when it comes to this. So
Now, speaking of black voices, if you like these black voices, our black voices, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. That'll help us out and help
yeah,
us keep our voice, keep bringing you this information and researching and bringing you the latest topics in tech and keeping you up on what's going on. So
facts.
in 2025, this year, a black college grad in Detroit get auto rejected by AI auto screener because they put HBCU under education. Little stuff like that you're not thinking. While top 50, while a top 50 university passes. So if you put any other university or whatever, you're good to go. But if you got HBCU under your in your resume or perhaps on LinkedIn, you could be shadow banned. The same AI approves Kappa Alpha Theta, but flags AKA. This ain't
Yep.
just bias; it's coded segregation. So even your fraternities is a flag. So how would an AI know that unless it's coded?
I mean, it's obvious if we're looking at the people who are building these platforms, it's just obvious. But the U.S. Department of Justice just expanded its civil rights division to sue AI companies. And Meta's filters still flag Black Lives Matter as hate speech while ignoring All Lives Matter. So today we're just gonna break down the new Jim Crow code and how to smash it. This
I'm
is
sure that
kind of
program they
funny.
probably all fired at the Department of Justice.
Yeah, I was gonna
That's
say
gonna help us up by now.
they don't care. I mean, if we being for real, if let's just be for real, y'all. If y'all are still depending on these people, depending on any of these structures that have already proven this to up until this point of us living, and you're like, oh, where the changes? Why is this not changing? Then it's time to come to the realization that it's you just got to build your own thing. Y'all got to come together and y'all got to start building. And
Until they got to
go
get
ahead, go ahead.
involved. Like I said, most
Exactly.
of them don't even know anything about this digital age and the AI transformation. Most people
Facts.
still don't even know how to buy Bitcoin, which we may have to do a Bitcoin class.
Yeah.
Just how to buy
We'll
some basic Bitcoin.
You already know. We'll be going through a series of things that the average person who's like basically anybody who watching this, we already been saying y'all are behind
If y'all
because
interested
each
in that,
day,
let us know.
facts. Yeah, leave us some comments under this video. Y'all already know we do the research and we're gonna go out our way to kind of bring stuff that's in the future to right now. So don't worry. Anything that if you even curious, do leave a comment about what how we can help you get to that next point.
So in this new redlining, talking about NIST's 2025 facial recognition update. Black women are
Yeah.
34% higher misidentified versus white men. And I take it goes with white women as well. So that
Yeah.
could be scary. We talked about it in a previous episode of, especially when you look at smart
Hmm.
cities. Atlanta is one of these smart cities where you don't see it, but there's cameras everywhere that if you've been flagged to put into a computer system, let's say you got a warrant, you want it for something, you don't have insurance, car or whatever, these cameras can pick up on your face. You out having a good time, thinking nobody's around with your family, having a dinner out at a club or whatever. And when these cameras happen to see you and recognize you, it alerts the nearest law enforcement officer, which will swoop in, get your car, lock you up, and you could be taken to jail just for being out on the town having a good time because you've been misidentified by the facial recognition software.
Yeah. It's no joke, y'all. I mean, the more that we step away from sovereignty, the more we start to realize that these structures being put in place are taking away our rights. And I mean, the government, they've been showing their ass with that. So
Yeah. I said at ACLU audit, darker skinned people are 42% more likely to have be arrested falsely
yeah, and that's
as their
crazy to
white
think about.
counterpart.
That's super crazy. Predictive policing AI targeted black neighborhoods 5 times more often. That is
Well,
crazy.
that's true. All you got to do is just drive around, and all you see is these little blue lights and those little
Yeah, a little
things
purple lights.
flashing in parking lot. You
Mm-hmm.
don't see that in suburban neighborhoods. You only see that
Nope.
in one section of town and one neighborhood.
Yep. So
Now,
let's just be real.
sometimes it may be warranted, but now we gotta be honest with ourselves too, and we gotta start policing ourselves. Is it warranted?
Yeah,
If it's you got high crime and you're not talking and you got no snitching, you don't
you
want
dig.
talk, then I mean you really can't complain. I mean it's you got to choose, and we got to make some tough choices as people of color.
Yeah,
Do we want safe neighborhoods where we don't want them in our neighborhoods? I mean, do we want nice peaceful neighborhoods where we don't need their interaction and we can justify them not being there, or do we want crime in hoods and they have to be there? So that's a choice we got to make.
yep. Yeah, it's a lot of tough choices. Also, too, the choice of do we help these people or do we walk away and take the ones who have some sense and go? It's a lot of questions that come up in these type of conversations because at the end of the day, you yourself have to think: is it possible to even see what this looks like in its full glory, completed? And also, too, we can't make complain about something and then not take the action like Ali said. We have to double down on taking action towards these things. So it's very important.
While we're here, your language is
Hmm.
very important if you're looking for a job.
Yep,
Demos with
100%.
chat research, chat, and some of the AIs will reject if you something as simple as "I'm finna apply," which is not proper English, but hey, in certain circles, that's
I
the
know
way they
that's what
talk.
I said.
It allows "I will apply," but if you say something like "I'm finna apply," you're flagged. The
Yep.
EEOC versus Higher View found that AI penalized resumes with black student unions, but not student government. So just saying something like part of my student union, but if you say my student government, little stuff like that, AI is flagging you. So when you like, I keep getting no ones hiring, which there are a bunch of ghost jobs out there, but that's another episode. But
Right.
you realize like, hey, I can't find a job. Nobody will give me a shot. It may not be. It's the little things like that in your resume
Facts.
that's given away.
So let's
And
get
then
into this next segment, man, with gentrification of black digital space. So it seems like TikTok's algorithm is being manipulated, obviously by, we're not gonna say who, but it's obvious. So we'll just go through some accounts that have been going through their own personal trials. So we got Chef Parker on TikTok. He lost 60% of engagement post update, which is crazy work. And then also Dance Queen Nia testified in Congress that she had to whitewash her captions. So instead of saying sis ate, she had to put she did well in the captions just so TikTok won't shadow ban her essentially, which is insane.
Wow.
Yeah,
AI, even in the art and music, that's your genre.
yeah, exactly. Like,
Yes, in Edinburgh, 2025 had a case where AI tools labeled black artists explicit
yeah,
2.5x more. Actually, we
and
need to
that's
start
sad,
watching.
man.
That's something else to pay attention to. We as artists, can we clean our
Mhm.
language up? We're the only race that bump our head to derogatory messages towards each other, whether we talking about killing each other or
Yeah,
calling each other bitches and hoes in our music. No other
yeah,
generational genre will go hit and make hit songs about that, but only us, people of color.
yep. If
So,
y'all want to hear some music that don't have all that bullshit in it, you could check out Lord Shoe. Lord Shoe
check
don't
him
be
out.
doing all that damn cousin. Unless we on here talk about some sovereignty. That's different though. Sometimes you gotta talk like a soldier, man. So
I mean,
Sono
it's
Kango, another user on TikTok sued Splice because AI watered down drill beats to fit corporate styles, which is that's sad, man. Because Splice is a pretty good company for all my producers out there. Y'all know, I've been making music since the late '90s, and pretty much Splice made it so easy to make music now. You pretty much all you have to know is the key of the music that you want to make, and Splice has samples in every key. So I hate to see that happens, but this just goes to show no company is exempt from this, man.
Art by Joy was flagged for violence due to natural hair illustrations.
What? So it's violent to have natural hair now, y'all.
Oh yeah,
Damn, let me let me cover up my shit. Fuck it.
that, that's not good. But I'm gonna get into segment three though. How we gonna
Mm-hmm.
fight back?
God damn.
Black led tech tools. You know, Ebonics AI. I think it was created at Howard University. Forces GPTs to parse AAVE accurately, which is
Nice.
the AI trained things.
Hmm.
Uh, NoTrain is another one. It blocks content from being scraped by AI. I had to look into that. NoTrain. We got to
Yeah,
give you these real live plays. This is what we do. AI bias scanners then AI bias scanners identifies hiring discrimination patterns in AI tools. And we got to
yeah,
get involved in the policy, and we got to protest, for digital fairness. Actually, they're saying that's a Digital Fairness Act that requires audits of algorithm systems. And you got to look into which we need to post that up. How do you file DOJ complaints if you think you are a victim uh,
yeah. That's
of this type
important.
of violence? Because there are a lot of glitches in this AI system. Like I said, that we didn't even realize that was going on.
Yeah, there's a hashtag that black people and probably people of color in general are using, glitch the algorithm. It's a protest where they flooding AI with the black coded data to disrupt bias, which I think that's pretty awesome. But
Also, if
what?
you use that hashtag, shout out to
Yeah,
that hashtag. Also, hashtag at Lifestyle After 5.
yeah,
We
because you
brought this.
already know we are the revolution. We are the revolution. Yeah, man. I'm liking today's episode. It's kind of funny how before me and you were talking about this, just creating this whole script that we performed for y'all today also was they
Yeah.
tried to like censor us essentially so we couldn't get this information out, you know.
Chat
So
GPT didn't want to do it. It couldn't.
yeah,
I had to go to DeepSeek and bring it back to Chat GPT. It took two different databases just to kind of get this information scripted out to you. And as always, we do use AI for our scripts. So double check and do your own research. We are not reporters.
yeah,
We
but
just
we are
you
gonna bring you that real though.
Yeah. We're bringing you stuff that we find and based off our research. We try our best to make sure that all our information is 100% accurate. However, there are some times where it may not.
Yep.
So
Instances
take us
like
as
this.
YouTube. So this is not the national news. So take us as you people on YouTube. Do your own due diligence and research as you should, and double check a lot of our episodes. This is why we put our newsletters out, and we
Hmm.
try to give you references where you can go out there and find out if our
Yep.
story stuff is real and
Yeah,
accurate.
our most accurate information definitely gonna be in the newsletter, just because not only do we put these videos in there, but we also build out our entire newsletter with actual human beings. We do our research as well though, so don't get it twisted. Me and Ali are definitely we use our tools thoroughly.
Yes. But like I said, there's always that chance that we're wrong.
Hmm. For sure.
But we try our best to get it right. So
Yeah. But y'all see just from this episode alone, let this be a lesson to you. They not playing no games. We shouldn't be playing no games either. I mean, defense is cool, but now it's time for us to get on the offense.
our
So what are
red
y'all
lining,
doing?
our red lining is now automated. Now we got
Yep.
to resist.
Yep. This is the resistance. You in or you out? Y'all already know.
Again, if you like this, give us a thumbs up. If you're on
Facts.
YouTube, you can give us a thumbs down if you disagree. Like, share, subscribe, leave us some comments, jump in our Discord, check us out on Substack, uh,
Yeah.
Facebook. And of course, we always here at YouTube. This is where we live.
Yeah. This is where we live, baby. And you can check our website out, aliafter5.com. Y'all be seeing it do some transformation here over the next few weeks. So definitely gonna be our hub where it go down it.
If you like some of these AI courses, hit us up.
Yeah. But don't worry, we gonna make them. We gonna make them, and we gonna bring them to you as well. But y'all know you're gonna have to pay for that. That's for the premium person who's serious about actually being sovereign, not just somebody who thinking, what should I do?
Mm-hmm.
Till next time, y'all. Appreciate y'all for watching this episode.
Take care. Peace.